All right, so you have experience flipping houses. You decided to become a house hacker. You're starting to buy rental properties now for 20% down instead of house hacking them. And you're a real estate agent. So can you talk a little bit about that and what your experience has been and how's it opened your eyes to the real estate world?
Yeah, so it's been a complete different perspective shifter for me, and a unique one. Now I get to interact every single day with not only investors but traditional home buyers, and sometimes I'll help people get into rental properties or just whatever it is, condos, new builds, buying land. I mean, it's been an incredible experience, kind of getting involved with these, being involved with, I'm with the top brokerage in my county. So we sell a high volume of property, and I've sold personally several $1 million now, and it's opened my eyes to the fact, specifically when you're house hacking, that you have to be in this market. Let me go back a little bit and just say that I really began studying kind of cycles. Not only cycles where we're at now, but cycles where we've been before. And there's always, right now we're in an incredibly high seller's market, meaning that it's really difficult to, as a buyer, make demands upon a seller unless the property is a property that no one else wants, the ugly duckling, so to speak. But if you go into a property that is in relative demand and you attempt to make demands as a buyer, you're probably not going to get it. So I think the thing that I've found for house hackers is that you have to have the ability to adapt. And so I think that begins with having, the right team members, the right mortgage broker or bank, the right real estate agent, somebody that's actually investor friendly, somebody that's actually going to pour time and effort into you, and the ability, like the 203K loan, renovation loans, but they're only going to fit a certain section of houses right now. You're going to have to find properties that no one else wants and then go, get those. You'll probably be able to get them. If you're going to find a property that is, is a really good property and there are other people also making offers, they're probably not going to take yours. If it comes down to someone putting 20% down and somebody putting 3.5% down, the 20% down is probably going to get it. So you have to put yourself a little bit into the seller's perspective in this particular market and figure out what works. I mean, we've had a lot of great people on the show that have shown us in different markets, my market, the Texas market. I mean, where appreciation is just running rampant right now. And I think for a while that will probably continue. And so, as house hackers, our goal is to live for free. But the cherry on top in these markets is that our property over time is going to appreciate and become more. So, we really, as house hackers, have a huge advantage because, we put out some material on the difference it costs for a 20% down versus a 3.5% down. And again, people have to remember on both of those, there are closing costs associated with it. Like you're going to pay prepaid taxes, prepaid insurance. You're going to pay mortgage origination costs. You're going to pay recording fees. You're going to pay title fees, right? There are these costs associated with transacting real estate. Being an agent has really given me a unique perspective now on what it actually takes to transact real estate. The fact that I think people underestimate building a reputation. And what do I mean by that? I mean that a lot of people talk about waiting for the downturn to begin investing in real estate and house hacking. Not a horrible idea. The thing that they don't consider is the fact that now lending requirements skyrocket during downtimes, right? We saw that in April. I lost about $1 million as far as potential buyers, because lending requirements just slammed on the brakes and all these sort of fringe borrowers got denied last second. I mean, I had one, we were right at the door of closing and they completely shut us down. And so lending squeezes. If you're looking to get into like private money and getting investors to invest in you, no investor is going to invest in somebody who does not have a track record prior to this going down, And so for me, the way that my wife and I look at this is like, we have the ability, the fortune with lending being so loose right now to grow a portfolio, to begin to get a track record. And when things turn, we can then go to investors who are looking to to, get their money out of stocks, out of volatility, and say, listen, we have not missed a payment. We have not, no property has gone into foreclosure. All of our properties are in good standing. We're still making money. Here's our plan to give you great returns and in turn give us great returns, right? Win-wins. And so without that reputation and track record, you're not going to be able to do that. So something people have to consider in high times like this is there are still sound investments. House hacking is all about living for free. So if you can accomplish that, it's really, if you get in good areas, what the current value of the property is not as important as the ability to live for free, because that's what we're going for. And I'm not saying overspend on properties, but in good areas over time, the values are going to continue to increase. So maybe in a year or two scope, the property values may vary in the future, but in a 10, 15, 20 year period, when you're only putting 3.5% down, I mean, your returns are going to skyrocket over somebody putting 20 or 25, which is a traditional down payment. So again, I think there's a lot of things to consider during these high times like right now. I mean, I know it's volatile. I know there's a lot of uncertainty with, everything going on, but we have the ability to build a track record long term.